Welcome to the channel. Today, we've got something super interesting lined up. The top 3 most valuable US coins. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. So, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and watch all the way to the end. Let's dive in and uncover some coin treasures. The year was 1990. Across the United States, people were going about their daily routines, paying for items with coins, and slipping pennies into their pockets or tossing them into jars, never giving them a second thought. At the time, the penny was a staple of American currency. It seemed so ordinary, just a small, copper-colored coin worth a single cent, often regarded as the least valuable and most overlooked of all coins. But little did most people know, among these everyday pennies, there were some that would later become priceless treasures, coins that would catch the attention of collectors and make headlines across the numismatic world. Let's take a step back and understand how the penny became the coin we know today. The penny wasn't always the same as it is now. In fact, it's gone through numerous changes over the years, both in terms of design and composition. The story of the penny began in 1793 when the first official U.S. penny was struck. Back then, the penny was much larger and made from a mix of copper. It wasn't until much later that the designs and materials would shift, adapting to the needs and circumstances of the times. The penny underwent a major change in 1909 when the U.S. Mint unveiled a brand new design to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse side of the coin, which had once featured an image of Lady Liberty, was now adorned with the face of President Abraham Lincoln. This was a monumental shift, and it set the stage for future pennies to carry important figures and symbols of American history. On the reverse, the iconic Lincoln Memorial was chosen to honor the place where Lincoln's legacy lived on, cementing the coin's association with the nation's most revered leader. But while the penny had seen some major transformations throughout the 20th century, it was in 1982 that another significant change would alter its very composition. Up until that point, the penny had been primarily made of copper. Its reddish hue was unmistakable. However, with the rise in copper prices, the U.S. Mint decided to make a drastic shift. Starting in 1982, pennies would no longer be made primarily of copper. Instead, they would be composed of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper, giving the penny a lighter, duller appearance. While the penny's design didn't change, its look and feel were different, and many collectors began to take note of these subtle alterations as we approached 1990. The new zinc penny had been in circulation for 8 years, and the U.S. Mint was steadily churning out millions of these pennies every year. It seemed like just another routine year for coin production. However, tucked away in this vast sea of seemingly insignificant coins, there was something special brewing. The 1990 penny, as it turns out, would soon be recognized for its hidden value, but only by those with an eagle eye and an understanding of what makes a coin truly valuable. The 1990 penny was minted in large quantities, as usual, and there was nothing particularly special about its design. On the obverse, we saw Abraham Lincoln's portrait, a tribute to his role in American history. And on the reverse, we had the familiar image of the Lincoln Memorial, unchanged for decades. So, what made this specific penny so valuable? The answer lies not in its design, but in its rarity, specifically, in the error that occurred during its minting. You see, one of the most sought-after types of coins in the numismatic world is the error coin. While many coins are struck with incredible precision, errors can happen. And when they do, they can turn an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. The 1990 penny, in particular, saw a rare and intriguing error that would set it apart from the rest. This error, known as the double die error, occurred when the die used to strike the coin was misaligned or malfunctioned, causing the image to be struck multiple times, creating a distorted effect. Double die errors are one of the most fascinating and valuable mistakes that can occur in coin production. When a coin is struck multiple times, It can lead to the details of the design appearing blurred, doubled, or shifted. These errors are often subtle, but to a trained eye, they are unmistakable. In the case of the 1990 penny, the double die error manifested on both the obverse and reverse sides of the coin. The most noticeable feature of the error was that Lincoln's portrait appeared to be slightly doubled, as though it had been struck twice in slightly different positions. Similarly, the details on the reverse side of the coin, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, appeared somewhat blurry and misaligned. Now, you might be wondering, why is this so important? Well, error coins are a rarity in the world of numismatics. And when they do surface, especially in great condition, they become highly prized by collectors. A coin that has a double die error, like the one found on certain 1990 pennies, can be worth far more than its face value. In fact, while most 1990 pennies are worth just a single cent, those with this unique error can fetch thousands of dollars in the right market. But that's not all that contributes to the value of the 1990 penny. Another important factor is the condition of the coin. Coins are graded based on their appearance, and this grading system plays a significant role in determining a coin's worth. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A coin in perfect, uncirculated condition is always going to be more valuable than a coin that's been worn down by years of circulation. So, while many of the 1990 pennies in circulation today might be worn, scratched, or damaged, those that have remained in pristine condition are far rarer. When it comes to the 1990 penny, collectors are particularly interested in finding those with the double die error in the highest grades possible. A 1990 penny that has been graded as mint state, which means it's in flawless condition, could see its value skyrocket. These pennies, especially those with the error, are the kind of treasures that collectors dream of finding. It's like discovering a hidden gem in a pile of ordinary coins. Over time, as collectors became aware of the value of these 1990 pennies, the demand for them grew. Auctions and coin shops began to see more and more of these rare pennies being traded, often at increasingly higher prices. As word spread about the incredible value of a perfectly graded double die error 1990 penny, it became a coin that collectors were desperate to get their hands on. And now for the big reveal. A 1990 penny with a double die error in mint state condition has been known to fetch up to $88,000. Yes, you heard that right. $88,000 for a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent. Of course, not every 1990 penny is worth that much, but the price is a clear indication of how much rare error coins can be worth. If you happen to stumble upon one of these unique pennies, you could be holding a small fortune in your hand. For the average person, finding such a rare and valuable coin is like striking gold. But it's not as simple as sifting through your change jar or digging through your pocket change. Finding a 1990 penny with the double die error in mint condition is a rare occurrence, and they don't pop up every day. If you're a collector, though, it's worth keeping your eyes peeled for these hidden treasures. And if you're not actively collecting, now you know to take a closer look next time you find a penny lying around. The world of coin collecting is full of fascinating stories like this one. Coins that once seemed insignificant or even commonplace can, over time, become highly prized items. The 1990 penny is a perfect example of this. What was once just a simple piece of currency has now become a symbol of the unpredictability and excitement of the world of numismatics. As we wrap up, it's clear that the 1990 penny is far more than just pocket change. With its rich history, unique design, and rare errors, it's become one of the most talked about coins in the world of collectors. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or someone just getting started, the 1990 penny reminds us that sometimes the most valuable things come in the smallest, most unassuming packages. So, the next time you find yourself with a penny in your hand, take a closer look. You never know, you could be holding on to something far more valuable than you ever imagined. In the vast world of numismatics, there are a handful of coins that stand out not just for their design, but for their incredible stories, value, and the historical context they embody. Among them is the 1997 USA 1-dime coin. At first glance, it may seem like just another dime from a year-long past. But if you look closer, you'll uncover a fascinating journey that starts in the 18th century and ends with one of the most exciting modern coin finds. In this video, I'll take you through the full story behind the 1997 dime. From its historical context, design, and minting process, all the way to the remarkable collector appeal and astonishing current value. Let's start by understanding the history of the dime itself, which has been in circulation since the late 18th century. The 1-dime coin, often known simply as the dime, has played a crucial role in American currency for over 2 centuries. Initially, dimes were first minted in 1796, making them one of the oldest coins in the United States. While the size and design of dimes have undergone numerous changes throughout history, the coin's role as a convenient and compact unit of currency remained. The design of the dime has evolved over time, with several iterations of symbols representing American ideals and history. But the most famous and enduring design on the dime was introduced in 1946. This design featured a portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt was chosen to grace the coin's obverse due to his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his founding of the March of Dimes organization, which sought to combat polio. This design, created by the famed sculptor John R. Cynic, has been used ever since, making the Roosevelt dime one of the most recognizable coins in America. Fast forward to 1997, and we see this design still in use, though by then, many had grown accustomed to seeing Roosevelt's portrait on their dimes. By the time 1997 rolled around, the dime had undergone various minting processes, and the role of the dime in everyday transactions had evolved. In the 1990s, the coin was still an essential part of day-to-day purchases, though its actual buying power had diminished. People often used dimes for small purchases, change from larger transactions, or simply collected them in jars and drawers, assuming they were just another everyday coin. At this point in time, the U.S. Mint was still churning out millions of dimes each year to keep up with the demand for pocket change. The 1997 dime, while mass-produced, had certain features that would later play a significant role in its numismatic value, features that would make it stand out decades after it had been minted and released into circulation. Now, when we talk about minting details, it's important to understand how the U.S. Mint operates in producing coins like the dime. The U.S. Mint is responsible for manufacturing the nation's coins, and each year, it mints billions of coins to be used by the public. For the 1997 dime, the process was no different. The dime, like all U.S. coins, was produced at several different mint facilities across the country. In 1997, the U.S. Mint had operational plants in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each responsible for different aspects of coin production. In 1997, the majority of the dimes were struck in the Denver and Philadelphia mints, while the San Francisco Mint primarily handled proof coin production. These minting facilities used highly specialized presses and dies to create the coins, and each coin would be struck several times to ensure the finest details and a clean finish. The coins were then sorted and packaged for circulation or sent to collectors who were interested in acquiring proof coins or special editions. For the most part, the 1997 dime was struck using the traditional copper-nickel composition that had been used since 1965. This alloy consists of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, which gives the coin its characteristic silvery color and durability. These coins were intended for circulation, so they were designed to be durable enough to withstand years of handling without losing their integrity or design. However, what makes the 1997 dime particularly interesting today is the rarity of certain minting errors and variations that have come to light. While most 1997 dimes were struck with standard dies, there are some unique versions of the coin that have captured the attention of collectors. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1997 dime is the possibility of a rare error known as the double die or die clash error. Double die errors occur when a coin is struck more than once by a die, creating a misalignment that causes the design to appear doubled or blurred. While such errors are relatively rare, they are highly coveted by collectors because they are seen as mistakes that make the coin more unique and valuable. Additionally, certain versions of the 1997 dime were produced with a more distinctive die set, making them stand out from the rest of the coins minted that year. These special editions or proofs, made primarily for collectors, were struck with greater care and precision, often featuring a mirror-like finish that made them more aesthetically pleasing. These proof coins are often sought after by numismatists who value their immaculate condition and limited production numbers. So, while the regular circulation dimes of 1997 may not have been seen as anything special back then, some of these coins have now become incredibly valuable. Now, let's talk about the collector appeal of the 1997 dime. To most people, a dime is just a dime, something you throw into your pocket or toss in a jar. But for serious collectors, every coin has its own story, and every year brings new opportunities to discover something rare. For those interested in collecting, coins are not only valuable for their age, but also for their rarity, condition, and any special characteristics they might have. The 1997 dime has proven to be especially appealing to those who specialize in Roosevelt dimes, or who have an interest in coins with errors or unique attributes. One of the key factors that drives the collector appeal of the 1997 dime is its historical significance. While it may not have the same age or rarity as some other coins, the 1997 dime is a perfect example of how coins, even modern ones, can have long-lasting appeal due to their connections to the past. The image of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the coin serves as a constant reminder of his legacy, and for many collectors, this is enough reason to keep an eye out for high-quality examples of the 1997 dime. Another important factor contributing to the collector interest in the 1997 dime is its condition. As with any collectible item, the better the condition of the coin, the more valuable it becomes. A 1997 dime in pristine condition, especially one that was never circulated and remains in a mint state, is highly desirable to collectors. These coins are often found in proof sets, which are specially packaged sets of coins that are minted for collectors and not meant for general circulation. The condition of a coin can significantly affect its value, and a flawless 1997 dime, free from scratches, blemishes, or signs of wear, is worth much more than a coin that has seen years of use. Now, let's get to the part that most of you are probably waiting for, the value of the 1997 dime. While most of the 1997 dimes in circulation are worth just 10 cents, the rarer versions of the coin have seen their value skyrocket in recent years. A 1997 dime with a significant error or in flawless, uncirculated condition can be worth far more than face value. In fact, certain 1997 dimes have been sold at auctions and through private sales for upwards of $85,000. Yes, you read that right. $85,000 for a coin that was once worth just a dime. Of course, not every 1997 dime will fetch this amount, but there are some truly exceptional examples out there, particularly those with the coveted double die errors or those in pristine condition. The rise in value for these coins can be attributed to several factors. First, as more people become interested in coin collecting and the market for rare coins grows, the demand for these specific pieces increases. Second, the rarity of these errors makes them incredibly desirable to collectors who are looking for something truly unique to add to their collection. As a result, the 1997 dime has become a hot commodity in the numismatic world, and its value continues to rise. So, the next time you come across a 1997 dime in your change, take a moment to appreciate it. You never know, you might be holding a coin that's worth thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. And if you do happen to find one of these rare gems, it could be the start of an exciting journey into the world of numismatics. To wrap it all up, the 1997 USA 1 dime coin is more than just a small piece of currency. It's a fascinating example of how coins, even modern ones, can carry with them a story and a history that makes them worth far more than their face value. From its minting process to its collector appeal, this little coin has captured the imagination of collectors and investors alike. And with the value of certain 1997 dimes reaching as high as $85,000, it's clear that there's far more to this coin than meets the eye. Thanks for watching, and remember, always take a closer look at your change, because you never know when you might discover something truly valuable. The year 2000 marked the beginning of a new millennium, and while the world anxiously awaited the technological advancements and global changes to come, for many people, the smallest details often went unnoticed. Coins, those humble pieces of currency, slipped in and out of daily transactions without much attention. The nickel or 5-cent coin was just one of many circulating coins in everyday life. However, much like many other seemingly ordinary coins, the 2000 USA 5-cent coin or the 2000 nickel would go on to captivate numismatists and collectors alike, proving that even the most mundane objects could carry hidden value. This is the story of the 2000 5-cent coin, how it became a fascinating part of American numismatics, and how a select few of these coins have reached impressive values. Let's take a moment to understand the rich history of the 5-cent coin in the United States. The nickel, as we know it today, was first introduced in 1866, following the end of the Civil War. Prior to this, 5-cent coins were made out of silver, but the new nickel, made primarily of copper and nickel, was more durable and cost-effective to produce. The introduction of the nickel was revolutionary. It was larger, sturdier, and more practical for everyday use. The first 5-cent coins featured a simple design, but it was quickly replaced by more elaborate depictions of national symbols, including the iconic Liberty head design and the shield nickel. As the years went on, the 5-cent coin continued to evolve. In 1913, the Indian head nickel was introduced, which became a symbol of American heritage and is still highly valued among collectors. But perhaps the most notable change to the design of the nickel occurred in 1938, when the famous Jefferson nickel was minted. This design featured a portrait of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and a depiction of his home, Monticello, on the reverse. The Jefferson nickel has been in continuous production ever since, with a few minor changes over the years, including the most recent redesign in 2004. But as we fast forward to the year 2000, the Jefferson nickel still bore the same design that it had for decades. For many Americans, the 2000 nickel was simply just another coin in circulation, part of the everyday grind of transactions, change, and savings. Little did they know that the coins being minted that year, like so many others before them, would one day hold a special place in the hearts of collectors, particularly those who sought after rare and limited edition coins. The U.S. Mint, responsible for striking all of the nation's coins, was in full swing during the 2000 production year. The coin's design, as mentioned earlier, remained unchanged. The obverse side of the nickel still showcased a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, and the reverse side depicted his iconic home, Monticello. The minting process was meticulous. Coins were struck using high-quality dies and presses at the Mint's various facilities across the United States, including those in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The process of producing coins, while seemingly routine, involves a great deal of precision and attention to detail. Each die used for striking coins is carefully prepared, and the coins are subjected to multiple strikes to ensure their designs are crisp and clear. However, even in such a controlled environment, errors and inconsistencies can occur. The very nature of coin production leaves room for mistakes that can lead to coins with unique features that may appeal to collectors. The 2005-cent coin, for instance, was minted in vast quantities, with millions of these coins produced and released into circulation. Despite the massive production, a small number of these coins were struck with notable errors, flaws that would make them stand out among the millions of ordinary nickels. This is where the story of the 2000 nickel takes a more interesting turn. While most of the 2000 nickels were indistinguishable from each other, there were certain versions that caught the eye of coin enthusiasts. One of the most valuable types of 2000 nickels is the well-known wide AM variety, which is a result of an error made during the die preparation process. Normally, the AM in America on the reverse of the coin is closely spaced, but for some of the coins minted in 2000, the spacing between the A and M in America was much wider than intended. This is what became known as the wide AM error, and it turned out to be a significant factor in the coin's value today. The wide AM error, though subtle, is one of the most sought-after variations of the 2000 nickel. To the untrained eye, these coins might look just like any other, but to an experienced collector, the error becomes evident upon close inspection. The spacing between the A and M on the reverse is noticeably wider, and this flaw is something collectors can identify quickly. The wide AM 2000 nickels have become prized for their rarity, as only a limited number of them were produced. In addition to the wide AM error, there were other varieties of the 2000 nickel that attracted attention. Some of these coins were found with subtle die clashes, misalignments, or doubling errors that further increased their collector value. These types of errors are often overlooked when coins are first produced, but as time passes and collectors begin to search through large quantities of coins, these mistakes become more apparent and much more valuable. Now, we must turn our attention to the concept of coin grading. Coin grading is a system used by collectors and professionals to assess the condition of a coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with a grade of 70 representing a perfect, flawless coin. The condition of a coin directly influences its value. Coins in higher grades are typically worth much more than those in lower grades. This is especially true for error coins, where the rarity of the error combined with the condition of the coin can result in astronomical values. For the 2000 nickel, the most desirable coins are those in near-perfect condition, with little to no signs of wear or damage. A well-preserved wide AM 2000 nickel, for example, can command a significant premium over other versions of the coin. While most 2000 nickels may be worth only 5 cents in their regular state, a perfectly graded error coin can fetch thousands of dollars on the open market. These coins are highly sought after in auctions, where collectors bid enthusiastically for the chance to add a rare and valuable piece to their collection. As the years have passed since the 2000 nickel was first minted, the market for these coins has evolved, and their value has continued to increase. The excitement surrounding the wide AM error and other variations has fueled demand, and it's no surprise that these coins are now considered some of the most valuable in modern U.S. numismatics. In fact, a well-graded, error-free wide AM 2000 nickel has been known to sell for as much as $77,000 at auction. Yes, you read that correctly, $77,000 for a coin that was originally worth just 5 cents. What makes this value even more impressive is that it's not a fluke or an isolated instance. The trend of increasing value for these error coins continues to be supported by collectors who are eager to find and acquire them. The rarity of the error and the excellent condition in which the coins are preserved are driving up demand. As more people become aware of these unique coins, the competition for them increases, and their prices continue to soar. So, what does this mean for you, the viewer? If you happen to come across a 2000 nickel in your change or in an old coin jar, take a closer look. While it's unlikely that you'll come across a $77,000 coin on your first try, it's always worth inspecting your coins, especially those that may show signs of an error or unique feature. In the world of numismatics, sometimes the smallest details can make the biggest difference. The 2005 cent coin, with its history, design, and fascinating error varieties, is a perfect example of how even the most unassuming coins can hold incredible value. The 2000 USA 5-cent coin or nickel may have started as a simple part of everyday American life, but it has since transformed into a prized collector's item with substantial value. From its historical role as a reliable and durable piece of currency to its present-day significance as a rare and valuable error coin, The 2000 nickel is a reminder that in the world of coins, there's always more than meets the eye. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting out, the lesson is clear. Always keep your eyes peeled. You never know when you might stumble upon a treasure in the most unexpected places. And with that, the next time you find a 2000 nickel in your pocket or jar, you might just want to take a moment to appreciate its potential. Because you never know when a 5-cent coin could turn into a jackpot. That I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the top 3 most valuable US coins. It's always fascinating to see how a seemingly ordinary coin can carry such incredible value. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and drop a comment below to let me know which coin surprised you the most. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.